What happens after happily ever after falls apart? What if you get a second chance at the one great love of your life, but 8 years of regret, bitterness, and heartbreak stand in your way? This isn't just any love story. This is Jane Austen's final, most deeply felt masterpiece. This is Persuasion, the ghost of a lost love meet, Anne Elliot. At 27, society considers her past her prime. Her youthful bloom has faded, leaving a quiet, graceful, but often overlooked woman. She's the sensible middle daughter of the ridiculously vain and spendthrift Sir Walter Elliot, a man who only ever reads one book, The Baronetage, a directory of England's titled families, mostly just to look at his own name. But Anne wasn't always this invisible. 8 years ago, she was vibrant, happy, and deeply in love with a brilliant, ambitious, and handsome young naval officer named Frederick Wentworth. He had everything except money and connections. And that was the problem. Anne's trusted friend and mother figure, the snobbish Lady Russell, saw the match as a disaster. She persuaded Anne that marrying a poor sailor with no prospects would be a terrible mistake. So, with a broken heart, Anne broke off the engagement. It was the single greatest regret of her life. Wentworth, his heart shattered and his pride wounded, went back to sea. Anne was left to slowly fade into the background of her own family. A past that won't stay buried. Fast forward 8 years. The Elliots' extravagant lifestyle has finally caught up with them. They're broke. To save money, they must do the unthinkable. Rent out their beloved family estate, Kellynch Hall. And who are the new tenants? An Admiral Croft and his wife. A respectable naval family. Oh, and Mrs. Croft has a brother. A brother who's just returned from the Napoleonic Wars, now a celebrated captain, fabulously wealthy, and looking for a wife. His name? Captain Frederick Wentworth. The reunion is every bit as awkward as you can imagine. Wentworth is polite, but a wall of ice. He makes it painfully clear to everyone but Anne that he has not forgiven her. He pointedly remarks that he's ready to marry any agreeable young woman who knows her own mind. His eyes land on the Musgrove sisters, Henrietta and Louisa, the sisters of Anne's brother-in-law. They are young, lively, and completely infatuated with him. He flirts openly with both of them, sharing stories of his adventures at sea, while Anne is forced to watch from the sidelines, a ghost from his past. To him, she is so changed, he barely recognizes her. To her, he is the same man she has never stopped loving. The fall. The group takes a trip to the dramatic, windswept seaside town of Lyme Regis. By now, Wentworth is clearly favoring the younger, more headstrong Louisa Musgrove. He praises her decisiveness and firm opinions, a direct, unspoken criticism of the younger Anne, who was so easily persuaded. The tension culminates in one of the most shocking scenes in all of Austen's work. Standing on the stone sea wall known as a cob, a giddy Louisa insists that Wentworth catch her as she jumps down a flight of steep steps. He's reluctant, but she playfully insists. In a moment of reckless abandon, she jumps, and he fails to catch her. She falls, cracking her head on the stone pavement below. She lies motionless, a trickle of blood on the stones. Chaos erupts. Everyone panics. Her brother-in-law freezes. Her sister faints. Everyone, that is, except Anne. In the midst of the horror, the quiet, overlooked Anne is the only one who keeps her head. She calmly takes command, directing everyone, calling for a surgeon and providing comfort. And Captain Wentworth sees it all. For the first time in 8 years, he sees the woman he first fell in love with. Her strength, her intelligence, her grace under pressure. The wall of ice inside him begins to crack, a new rival and a final hope. While Louisa slowly recovers in Lyme and conveniently gets engaged to another man, Anne travels to the city of Bath. There, she's suddenly confronted with a new suitor, her own cousin, Mr. William Elliot. He's handsome, charming, wealthy, and the heir to her father's estate. On paper, he is the perfect match. Her family is ecstatic. Lady Russell is convinced this is Anne's real second chance. But Anne is hesitant. There's something polished, yet cold, about Mr. Elliot that she can't quite trust. Then, Captain Wentworth arrives in Bath. He sees the charming Mr. Elliot courting Anne and assumes he's lost her forever. The jealousy and misunderstanding are almost unbearable. They're constantly in the same rooms, their hearts aching but unable to speak the truth. Just when all seems lost, Anne uncovers Mr. Elliot's true character. He's the heartless opportunist, a liar who is only trying to marry her to secure his inheritance. It all comes down to one final, tension-filled scene in a hotel parlor. Anne is talking with a friend, Captain Harville, about who loves longer and more faithfully, men or women. Unaware that Wentworth is in the room, sitting at a desk and pretending to write, Anne makes a passionate, heartfelt speech. She argues that women, with their quiet lies, have nothing to do but dwell on their feelings. She says they love longest, even when existence or when hope is gone. Every word is a dagger to Wentworth's heart. He realizes she's talking about them. He understands everything. As he listens, his pen flies across the page. He hastily folds the paper, presses it into her hand as he rushes from the room and disappears. Anne opens it. It's a letter. Reading the letter, you pierce my soul. I'm half agony, half hope. I've loved none but you. Unjust I may have been, weak and resentful I have been, but never inconstant. For you alone, I have waited the second spring. In that moment, 8 years of pain and misunderstanding melt away. Anne and Wentworth finally find each other. Their love not just rekindled, but stronger and deeper for having endured the test of time. Anne Elliot, once persuaded to give up her happiness, finally claims it for herself. She marries the love of her life, becoming a captain's wife, and finds a true home not in a grand house, but in the steadfast heart of the man she never stopped loving. It's a story that reminds us that sometimes the best love stories aren't about the first blush of romance, but about the profound beauty of a second chance.